Hey guys, Dave and Cori here from bowhunterplanet.com. Hope you guys are doing great out there, and we have something special for you. And you know, they say that thing where it's like, you know, better late than never.
Yep.
That's where we're at. So on this video, we're gonna cover the 2023 Bowtechs that we didn't get a chance to do last year. The CP30 and the SS34. Both of these bows did really well for them in 23. Obviously, they're not what the 24 is right now, but I still thought it was important to share them with you guys, especially those who are still looking to buy these models. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do that, make sure you guys comment below on your thoughts on this bow, because our friends at Easton are gonna allow you guys a chance to win some arrows from them. So pretty cool. Make sure you check back on those comments to see who the winner is as we go. All right, let's get to it. Also, thank you to the following companies that help keep this show going and support what we do here at Bowhunter Planet. All right, so Cori, right off the bat, what's your thoughts on the SS34?
It holds great. I really like the grip. Bowtech, their grip has been great it's been great for a couple years. It's narrow, it's got a good angle, your hand gets in really nice. You know, for me, the super smooth draw 34-inch bow is gonna be a great 3D bow. It's gonna be a great bow out in the field if you're not hunting in a ground blind and stuff like that. And I really like that super smooth draw. It doesn't have that big hump at the back of the draw cycle and stuff like that.
I think, you know, with the CP30, you know, jumping into this one a little bit too, you have a shorter bow, of course. This is the bow after the CP28. So the 28 came out, and then we have the 30. This 30 is about, we were just talking about this earlier, it's kind of almost the perfect size because it's not too big and it's not too small. So ground blind, tree stand, this will fit anything you need. Whereas this would be better suited for open area. You know, tree stand's probably fine, but again, you don't want to hit branches or anything around you. But 3D, target, and like Western hunting, this will probably be absolutely incredible.
I think if you're going to shoot long distance too, this little bit longer axle bow is going to be a little bit more stable, you know, so that's going to be a good option for anybody that wants to shoot kind of longer distances.
So with these bows, they still have the deadlock technologies on both these bows, including, you know, the cam, which is obviously a big deal. With this, you're having very easy to tune left and right. You know, this is one of the big things that Bowtech's been pushing over the past few years. And you know, you do a lot of work on bows in your spare time. So that makes it a lot faster for a pro shop or a person to set up their bow.
Another thing I like a lot, the rotating mod for draw length adjustment. You can do it yourself at home, and I can tell you, in talking to bow shop owners, they love this option. They don't have to order mods, get them in. And honestly, for me, you know, I've sold quite a few bows over the years. This is huge for me if you're gonna sell a bow after the fact, because, you know, you're 29 inches, and the guy that wants to buy the bow is 27 inches, and he, you know, he's got to now go to a pro shop. He's got to get the bow pressed. He's got to buy mods for it. With this, you can adjust it for him, or he or she can adjust it for right, you know, on the scene right there, so they can try it and stuff. So rotating mod, really like that option. Flip disc, give you two different variables on how you shoot the bow, right? The different feel of the bow. I never really was a big fan of the performance flip, but that's me. And I don't know that I ever shot one on comfort.
Oh, really? It's opposite?
Really? I swear to God, I haven't.
That's
I mean,
funny.
Pretty much, if I'm gonna go hunting, it's on comfort. But you know, I guess if I'm gonna go hunting and I can still draw it at whatever weight it is, I want that extra 5 feet a second. I don't know.
I see your point.
But
you know, look at the bow. I love the looks of the bow. I think they did great. In fact, this year they actually did a whole different thing up in here, which looks really cool. But you can see that kind of starting to form here, right? So this year's now is more bigger, but you could see that this is the start of that. Whereas this doesn't look like that at all. This is more of the original Realm type look, I think personally, but sweet cutouts in both bows. I think they did a great job with these bows. Overall, great feeling of the bow. Great pocket. They have the lockout pocket where you can tighten it, so that's cool.
I love that. I think it increased the tolerances of the bow. You can lock that pocket so when the bow's going off, there's not going to be any movement. And then there's so many cutouts and threaded holes for accessories on these bows.
Back bars and stuff.
That's pretty cool. Double sight mounting, so you can adjust the height there.
You got two options there. You have the IMS systems for the rest. We have the whisker in front of it, but the IMS is back there if you want to do the inline type stuff. Other than that, let's talk some specs real quick, and then we'll start shooting the bows.
So SS34, draw length 26 to 31.5 inches. Axle is going to be 34 inches. IBO speed at 3070 is going to be 331 feet per second. Brace height 6.75, 6 3/4 inches. Mass weight 4.7 pounds. Draw weights available to be 50, 60, and 70 in this bow.
And that's interesting with that bow, because what you just said is that it's not that much heavier than this bow. I find that very interesting. This one's 4.5 pounds, and that's 4.7. That's pretty interesting.
And there's a lot more riser here.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
A lot more riser.
All right, so the CP30, we're looking at 25 to 30.5 inches of draw length. IBO speeds up to 331 feet per second. Axle's 30 inches. Brace height 6.75 inches. Mass weight 4.5 pounds, and draw weights would be 50, 60, and 70. So these bows actually share the same brace height, which is interesting. Was not expecting that either, to be honest.
Makes me wonder if they share the same limb.
Could.
I haven't measured them. That might be
they look about the same pocket, definitely. Same, yeah, they look about the same limb to me. I mean, we were guessing.
And you know, to talk about vibration dampening, they've got the string stop here. They got the orbit dampeners on the bottom. I think your bow, Dave, over there's got the orbit dampeners on the top and the bottom. All right, guys, we're gonna do our first speed test here. 350 grain arrow, 29-inch draw, 60 pounds. 290 feet per second, 450 grains. 247 feet per second, 550 grains. 228 feet per second, 650 grains. 211 feet per second. All right, now we're testing the CP30. Again, 2960, 350 grains. 295 feet per second, 450 grains. 255 feet per second, 550 grains. 234 feet per second, 650 grains. 216 feet per second. Oh, that's smooth. Reminds me of my old Rain 7.
All right, guys, that's it. That is Bowtech 2023 stuff. A lot of great bows. You know, I did pull out the 28 just to show you guys against the 30, the difference there. It's obviously a little bit smaller. So if you want something a little lighter, a little smaller, they still have the 28, which was a good option. But as far as these two went, extremely shootable bows, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, wow. Really nice, man.
This one here, I mean, SS, super smooth. I would say it easily meets that definition.
Oh, for sure.
It just, it draws like a dream. When the bow goes off, it's fast, but it's still very tame.
3D shooters, Western shooters, you know, you're still gonna be able to get that high performance out of this bow.
Oh yeah, long distance stuff. This would be a great bow. I wouldn't hesitate to take this into the woods.
No.
But if I had a choice to go into the woods, it'd be this bow.
Yeah.
If I was a 3D shooter and I only needed one bow, it'd be this one.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Yeah,
that one's just a little short for those kind of purposes.
Yeah, beautiful bows. And just to mention, we did shoot these on comfort mode, so that's how we did the speed. So I know some of you are like, oh, wait a minute. So usually what we said, 5, 6 feet per second.
Yeah, I think this bow,
and performance.
Check, it was probably 5 or 6 feet per second faster than this one.
Yeah,
I want to say.
But I mean switching performance.
Oh, yeah.
To keep that comfort. That's
definitely.
I think it's 5, 6, or 10, right? Somewhere in there. It's not tremendously different, but there's.
And you can typically feel it in the draw cycle when you switch to performance.
You can. Yep, you definitely can. Yeah, if you want to get a little more gritty pull, and you know, that's when you go to performance. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's Bowtech 2023. A look back, I guess you could call it. You know, I
think these bows are still available.
Oh, they are still available.
Yeah, in pro shops. So
still great bows.
You know, if you
good
want
deal
one, they're out
probably.
there.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Yep. So it's good to see you, Corey. You know, it's good to see you, man. He isn't here all the time, so it's nice to have him in the studio. So we figured we'd do something together. You know, while we're here. So. All right, we'll see you guys next time right here on BowHunterPlanet.